Kama Gen Z tunawaona wanavuta tear gas ama
Gen Z au wanatumia kila kitu uroda, kwa sababu naelewa hii ni wakati yao, hii ni rieng yao. There is a sweet which is known as palm masala. It is red. When you eat it, it tastes like pilipili kidogo na ni tamu. That is a drug. They'll come for you. I've been kidnapped.
They'll come for you, yeah.
Yeah, I've been kidnapped 4 times. Yes.
Is drug a monster that we should learn to live with, or is a monster that we should slay?
You are watching Embakasi TV.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Naff Kenya, and welcome to Banja Show on Embakasi TV. This is where we discuss real issues concerning our area na zile vitu zina happen around the world. With me today is someone that I have known and I have seen, but we have not quite sat down and had a conversation. Mr. Drugless. That's how I know you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Tumepatana mara kadhaa kwa community, and every time I see you, you are always this guy trying to fight this monster.
Yes.
The drug and substance abuse.
Yes.
Karibu introduce kwanza.
Asanti.
Yeah.
So majina naitwa Anthony Bwana. I'm a pastor by the grace of God. Na kwa mtaa naitwa Mr. Drugless. Mr. Drugless ni reformist kwa sababu I was in drugs for 17 years and I've been sober. And the one who rescued me from it is only God, not rehab or something else. That's why what I do it for the glory of God. Those who have changed their lives is for the glory of God. Hakuna maneno ya rehab hapa, ni reality. Wale wanatoka category 4. And then the other thing is that I love serving my community of Embakasi Central very much, because there is where I grew up, and there is where I came to be who I am today for the glory of God.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
My first question is, is drug a monster that we should learn to live with, or is a monster that we should slay?
Drugs, we usually say self-abuse.
Self-abuse.
Self-abuse, because when you take the drug or the substance, you abuse yourself, you abuse your body. That's a terminology which we have changed. Because I can say it is a big monster, it's worse than a monster, because you find out even our young people don't want to marry. Wanasema kuoa ni shida because of what it is doing to the body. The youngest addict is 6 years old. I keep on saying that. The youngest addict is 6 years old. And remember how this child got into drugs is through the parents. Because you find out most of the parents in our area here, and mimi sitaogopa, siogopangi, you find out that if they want to make sure that the child sleeps, wanampatia gode, ndio asilie, ndio alale, so that they can go out and hustle. You find out that when a child take cannabis sativas, the immune body, which there is something we call felicidine in the brain here, is being attacked. There is where you're supposed to have resilience. So you find out that addiction is very high. And remember, even today, we have a lot of cannabis in different types, which are mixed there. So that when somebody takes, immediately within a week, they're addicted. It is so sad. And then another thing is that these days, we have water. There is a drug which is known as meth. Ni chumbi, wanaitanga hivyo. Wanaekanga ndani ya maji. And I'm boldly speaking this because I've seen and we treat. They always come to the office. You find out that any time when we have politics, yeah, or any time we have rally with politicians, they make sure that they give them that drink. And then you find out that these youths, our youths, are very rowdy. Even you don't know what is happening to them. That drug converts the mind into numbness. Even if you try to tell the youth that not to do this, he or she cannot listen. So they remain like zombies. And that's why you find out in Embakasi Central, almost 75% of age between 13 years to 21 years, they are addicted in category 3.
Now,
Yes.
the church used to play a very vital role
Yes.
in helping fight substance abuse. But now, right now, even on TVs, we see these pastors drunk, even on social media and TikTok.
Yes.
The other institution that could have helped was the political wing. We see politicians drunk on TikTok all the time. Which way are you now trying to pursue?
Okay, I can ask a question. Can somebody sober help somebody who has never been drunk?
Can someone sober
Helped out somebody who have never been drunk?
I don't know.
It can never happen. If you have never been in that path, you can never change the person.
You don't even understand.
Yes, you can't. You'll go with sympathy. We don't need sympathy on the same, because this thing is a killer. It kills you. It kills your destiny. And remember, it is a spirit too, on the spiritual aspect. It's a spirit. This is a spirit. Addiction is a spirit, and it can be dealt with. But what is important is, on the church level, religious leaders, even others I usually do treat, and I don't apologize to say that. Even they come to me. I have a bishop.
I know a lot of bishops.
I have a bishop that I always help on the same. So this thing affects everyone. You cannot be exempted to it. It's only that you make sure that you don't touch it. If you can, you don't touch it. And remember, on the same thing on the political side, because remember, on the political side, there is interest. There are areas that when you try to fight the vice, they'll come for you. I've been kidnapped.
They'll come for you, yeah.
Yeah, I've been kidnapped 4 times. Atula naniona sahi. Where did I foot? I'm used to it. You see, but I overcame. Even I have a bullet here. I have here. I was shot that. I've been knocked by the car. So I've gone through a lot and I've paid the price. That's why what I do it with passion. Not doing it because I'm doing it for the sake of. I'm doing it for passion, because our boy child are suffering. Let me just touch there. Our boy child.
Come to the boy child. We were in a
Yes,
forum.
they are really suffering. And the girl child, she's saying this, that if I have a man who is incapable of performing, what will happen? We don't have even families. We'll not be having families. And remember, on the same thing on the boy child, kuna hii ilitengwaje, kuna mira, kuna ingine nitwangaji jaba. Nafunganga watu napkin.
Sasa nikuulize aje. The entry point for you, because you cannot be everywhere.
Yes.
Are you concentrating much on the child or on the parent? Because right now, unaweza enda kutreat a child, the parent is in deepest mess. Unaenda kuangalia the parent, unasahau mtoto tena na yako in this. What is happening? Where do you cut the line?
Everything starts at home. At home. Hapo kwa nyumba ndio kitu inaanzanga. It's not that wewe umetoka shule, umemaliza form 4 with the adolescent age, ndio unasema hey, wacha nijaribu gode kidogo nisikie kama iko sawa, wacha nijaribu majingjong nisikie kama iko poa. No, it's not that. It starts at home.
At home.
And you find out that when we are unable to guard our home, always this vice will come. So we start at home. And remember, in our schools in Embakasi Central, there are some schools, even right now, I will not mention the school, but I will say this. There is something we call vapor.
Vapor,
vapor. And it is being sold to our children.
In schools?
In schools. And I have 6 schools, which our children, wakitoka break, wanapiga hiyo vapor hivi. And then, the sad thing is, when you go to ask the teacher tells you that, hizi ni vitu normal, wanakujanga nazo. I felt so bad. If a child can start taking vapor, And you know the content of vapor, what is inside, is just like shisha.
It's shisha, basically.
Exactly. Imewekwa tu flavor. That is highly toxicating, and that is a child. The metabolism of the child and the brain of the child, as the child grows, he is most vulnerable than even a grown man. So what are we breeding? What are we breeding in our schools? It is Nimbaya. I feel so bad.
The last time we went with you was at a ghetto hapa hivi Gashagi, and we talked to some young boys, and surprisingly, Malcolm, these young boys knows all everything. The drugs. Not just the drugs, they even know their names, even the underground names, and they know the people that sells them. How do they get this information? Is it from the parents? Is it where is it from?
Our shaggies, they are places which have been neglected, and it is so sad when I talk about this. I just feel a lot of pain because there is where breeding starts. The breeding starts there. You find out we have single mothers, abandoned families, so they get vulnerability. And remember, if a father is not in the house, what will happen to that child? The male child is a problem, and even the female child is a problem. So if we don't have a father figure, it's a problem in the family, and that is what is happening in Geshagi. It is so sad. They're supposed to have an empowerment mechanism so that they cannot get into this. They go through even prostitution and the same. Ndio apate kitu. Hata mtu ya anakuja, a 13-year-old girl child, mtoto anakuambia, manze, mbuyu ni aje, kuja ni kubebe. It is embarrassing. And when you see the child, amekagode yake pale, kwanza dile kolobo, imemixiwa, they know what I'm talking about.
Do the police have this information that you have?
They have
the one that I got.
They have.
It was just one day and I got all that information.
They have the information, but remember, even them they are compromised. That's why myself, I'm not answerable to them. I can never be answerable to them. I'm answerable to God, because even the third being hijacked the third time when I went to Ghetto Radio to tell people about there is a sweet which is known as palm masala. It is red. When you eat it, it tastes like pilipili kidogo na nitamu. That is a drug. When I just left the studio, hapo chini nilisikia tu na nikawekwa. The only person who helped me is Flora Mora, the county commander by that time. I was found in Gong there. So I've paid the price, and this fight is for all of us, not an individual. Because even the officers themselves, they are parents. They are trying to do their best, but they'll always compromise kwa sababu ya uko. Si kitu ingine, na hiyo si chochi, it is the truth.
Wale my boys, the last time tulikuwa pale, we were interviewing them. These boys, bana, they have dreams.
Yes.
You ask them, what would you like to be when you grow up? Some of them will say, naeza taka kuhama hapa. All of them say, nitatoka hapa, niende utawala. Most of them, I think wajatembea sana. So most of them, utawala, down home, Karen. They don't like it there.
Yes.
But they are there.
Yes.
How do we help them from there?
Now, the first thing is when they accept who they are. Because the urge and the thirst of being free, they are enslaved in that area. It is to empower them. First thing, to empower them with knowledge. When you empower them with knowledge, then you give them something small, because most of them they have dropped out of school. Kamula ameenda sana ni form 3. Na unajua ukipita form 2, shukuru Mungu sana. Unaona, shukuru Mungu sana. Form 2 and 3. And when they drop out of school, this person doesn't have any skill. Utamwambia tu ende tu pale kufanya kazi ya kutoa kanjo na takataka for how long? Apate hiyo so 5.
Remember, akona dream.
Na ana dream. Atafanya nini? Atakongoja kwa ngeta pale, ana simu, atakuongoja, anataka hiyo. You see, because they have been deprived that opportunity by leaders. If a leader is there, they have an opportunity to help their constituents. Is that true? Because they have the resources. But segregating them and telling them that hawa tunaendanga tu wakati wa politics ndo tunawahitaji.
Tunaendanga ghetto
hiyo nomination ama unataka kura. That is the time you use them. And how you use them, you intoxicate them with different type of drinks.
Sasa, back in the day I used to think that people used drug to have fun. Right now I'm thinking it's also in terms of to survive.
We call that category 4
So you have
addiction. We have category.
Zalendo, how much time do you have there?
2 minutes.
Tell me.
Let me go with that category.
We'll have to start.
Yes.
Just give me all the categories. Afadhali in Zalendo we continue.
Thank you. So, in addiction, we have 4 categories.
Okay.
We have starters.
Starters.
They are the ones who just want to feel how it feels. You see, wacha tukaonje tu kidogo, tukasikie ni aje. Kama ni kali wacha. Secondly, we have roamers. They just roam with the crowd. Twende bash, twende wapi? Kapresha, hiyo. We call them roamers. Those ones, they can be helped. And the starters, they can be helped. Because soon enough, they'll find out that hii kitu si mzuri, but according to how they live in the environment. The third one, we call it recess. Recess is where you use it periodically.
Sato mina kunywanga pili tatu
hivi kidogo, lakini ukikuja manzika kreti kameanguka hapa na umeka kamguu hivi unakasondokea yote non stop. Hata kingfisher unaona tu hapa katoi unasema huyu ni kingfisher. You understand what I'm talking about? Haraka. You see, and then they even defile children because you are not in your mind. Now that periodically it destroys your finances completely. You are addicted completely. There is where now you go on sinking. Then category 4, we call it now the real addiction, whereby you cannot do without it. You have to get it by all means. At all means, even if uone tu mdhi hata ulambe tu rasa yake, yani lazima tu inipate tu, unaona nini why. It is so sad. You'll do anything to get it. That's why you see even our children, they indulge into that. Our young girls, they engage into that, so that the craving should stop. If they don't do without it, it's a problem. And recently, 2 minutes. Recently, we have been doing a program with Karuri Kiambu on methadone. Hadi yao manaso akatufukuza, akatuambia wewe sasa mtatuvuta. We did something on mental health and recovery, engaging them in physical fitness and talking to them consistently for 3 months. I'm telling you, half of them never came back to take methadone. And you know, methadone is the last result in the category 4. These are the ones who can never do without it. You're already damaged.
So that one is the one that you...
No. Methadone is a syrup. To maintain, it's just like cocaine. You understand? Yeah. If somebody is addicted with cocaine, uwezi mweka kwa cell, atakufa. Hata wanajuanga. Unaitwa kuja dunga shindano ndio aongee, akwe form. You see now? That's how it is. But there is light. When the community come together and fight this vice from the ground level, from the home level. And even in Embakasi Central, we should have a rehab center, a wellness center, where we can put. I've tried lakini ni vita, yoli nifanya nikapatikana kwa buti. kwa sababu anasema wewe unatukatia nini, inaitwangaji market,
a way of life.
Yes. And for information, as I close on this, my brother Naff, when a new drug is in place and is being brought in the market, there it has to be tested. Ni kama guinea pig unanga kwa maratu unawekwa kwa a place of where those drugs are being tested before it goes to the market. Ni Soweto.
A walking distance from where we are.
Yes, Soweto, Matopeni, Spring Valley.
Huko chini kabisa.
Huko chini. Ndio naona Matopeni we have a problem. I did a project there with them. We worked on issue of drugs. I'm telling you, we are dying. Our people are dying because any drug that enters, ni huku Embakasi wanakuja kuidump. So when they wanaona hii iko sawa, then they sell. And remember right now those cannabis which are being bought with 50 shillings. Kuna ya 20 ni ya njaa. Ile unavuta unamaliza hiyo ugali yote mzima hapo. Huyo ni kunchi. It is 50 shillings. We have cookies. Everything it is here.
Yeah, the weed cookies.
Yes, the weed cookies.
Hizo ndio sasa zinabamba.
Hizo ndio zinabamba. Watoto wanachoma shule kwa
juu ile hata
nini hiyo ainuki. Kuna ashish ile smellless. Wanavuta. Hata unatembea tu. Yani bangi ni kama maji. Yani hiyo gode saini ni maji tu. Yani
gode saizi ni kama tu sigara.
Ni kama sigara.
Hata mon politician anasema tulikuwa unavutia pale.
Ulikuwa unavutia pale. But it destroys the mind. It destroys the cell, the mind. Because your mind, it has two parts. There is the left and the right. The right side is whereby your conscience is there. Your literate is there. The philistine, whereby you must have resilience to overcome pressure. It is in the mind, not the body. So once that thing is affected, that's why you see manic depression is there. Jesus. Period. And remember, kuna hiyo gode, kwa sababu kuna ile ya green, inakaa green, hiyo inatoka Kisiku ikikuja hivi. Kuna the brown one na reddish. Hiyo ukifanya tu wiki moja, wewe unasema tu, hey, I'm seeing my motherland. Unakuwa tu addicted direct. And that is what they are giving our children.
Jesus.
When the child is in standard 7 or 6, akifika form 1, amegraduate, anasumbua, anaingia Gaza na hizo vitu zingine. Mbona anasumbua kiingia form 1, form 2, form 3?
Ama Gen Z tunawaona wanavuta tear gas ama
Gen Z au wanatumia kila kitu. Uroda kwa sababu naelewa hii ni wakati yao, hii ni riengi yao.
Unaona Gen Z alikuja kama panda gari ya polisi na kupanda hapo juu. Was he sober or something?
Hiyo tunaitanga red Mercedes. You see? Hiyo ni matabtabu na meza, inaitwa red Mercedes.
Huwezi ona kitu ni kubwa.
Hakuna, hata ukiona mdhivu unaona ni kama kuku. Na hiyo inatumikanga wakati when on the broad daylight you can see a youth ama kijana amekuja tu amesnatch bag kwa mama na anaenda mchana tangulini na anajua atashikwa, na ukimchapa umeshasikia kwa analia. They don't even scream. It is that tablet, the red Mercedes and the blue. They know what I'm talking about. And the blue Mercedes, the small ones. You are numb, you don't know, but for sometimes ikishaisha hiyo steam ndio unajigundua hii ndio mapenzi na kuanga hivyo. So even our brothers Gen Z, mini millennial, the Gen Z, be sober. Usiende pale na Drugless. Ni shida kwa sababu utajipata mahali mbaya. It is a good cause and you just do what you have to do to liberate the country. But sare madre, usiende na madre pale. Madre zitaku finish kumalo hata itakumalo kabla tujamangwa na ujiona hata mtoi wako. Imagine unaribu seed. And I said that it is the seed which is being taken away. The destiny of many young people in our area is being taken away. And these people are aware. Why not just one time they say that we can do something together to make sure Embakasi Central is free from drug addiction and self-abuse, especially from schools, the private schools. It is so much. It is so much there because you find out there is so many private schools. Unapata huyu ametransfer shule kama 3 kwa tamu moja. How is that possible? No. When the child goes there, yeye ndo kichwa ngumu, yeye ndo na peddle drug pale.
So as we wind up, yes. I've realized this, tuwezi maliza hii issue.
Yeah, tuwezi malo.
So next time nitakuita
yes.
So that we can talk about the many programs that you run.
Yes.
And then Zalenda, I think we can sit down and have a is it collab partnership?
Partnership, yes.
Because hii kitu yako I think inahitaji a lot of publicity.
Yes.
Any help that you can get,
yes,
you might want to take it.
Absolutely.
So nakupatia 2 minutes, you wave us goodbye.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen and people of Embakasi Central, I want to plead with all of you that we are heading whereby we are losing our generation. If we cannot fight this vice ourselves, not the government wait for the government, ourselves, from inside our household, soon enough, we'll find that our generation is already gone because half of them in Embakasi Central are zombies. That is the fact. Let us come together and fight this vice. We say that tutaki madre, a drug-free society. Hizo vitu zingine zote ziende. Then God himself will heal our land and our hearts. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for watching Banja Show on Embakasi TV.
Kabisa.
Mr. Drugless. Till next time.
Chonjo.
Asante sana.
Thank you.